week was just crazy because it didn't matter. Money was there. Oh, you want to go listen to some DJ in Ibiza? Let's just go. Come on, who cares? How many people? 10, 9? Come on, we're gone. Party didn't end. We would go out starting Wednesday and get done sometime on Monday. I got pulled over for DUI. The cop didn't arrest me because we give them all stuff for free. A woman came down who's like my other mom. She comes out of the condo, she sees me, doesn't say a word. That night she says, "You're just like your father." And my dad, who was a Holocaust survivor, but an alcoholic as well, right? He had his demons being a survivor. And I just remember the alcohol being a fuel for a problem. I just quit everything. Done. Never touched it again. None of it.
Welcome and thank you for joining us for today's episode of Disruptors, where millionaires are made. Today we have Tom Leman with Property Solutions Team, and Tom flew in from Orlando, Florida, to share how he went from selling Viagra to $25 million in affordable housing in 2024. Guys, I'm on a mission to create 100 millionaires. The information on the show alone is enough to help you become a millionaire in the next 5 to 7 years. If you'll take consistent action, you will become one. If you're already a millionaire, we want to recognize you here, so please scan that QR code so that we can highlight you on the show. And if you're not quite there yet and you want a little bit of help, also scan that same QR code. Maybe we can help you get there a little bit faster as well. And before we jump in, we're here to learn how real entrepreneurs are building real empires. Hit that subscribe button because every week we're dropping lessons that can create your first or next million. And guys, our AI lead manager is now up and running. We're doing live transfers and pretty soon click to call. You want to hear what AI lead manager sounds like? Text AI caller to the phone number 33777. That's AI caller 33777. You ready?
Let's go.
All right. So I am fired up. Amanda keeps telling me how awesome you are and how I need to have you on the show. Amanda Dean, mutual coach.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so
she's the hard person there at Sharper too. When you want hard person, you bring in Amanda.
She is not one to let you get away with anything.
I love that. I brought her into my operations team and I walked out. But 2 weeks later, they were like, "She's right." I'm like, "Go tell her. Don't tell me. Mm-hmm. I know she's right."
Yeah. Well, we had a call yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. And I was complaining about something. I was like, "Here's a problem I'm dealing with." She's like, "Well, I told you that was going to be a problem."
Don't you hate that? Like, you're not my wife. I hear that from her too.
Yeah. So, all right. So starting off, right, your story goes back quite a bit. So, I mean, I think probably the clickbaity part, selling Viagra, right?
Yeah.
Because we're going to be talking about how you sold 25 million in affordable housing, which is a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? Probably fulfilling, right? But
except when you were a broke grad student, that first job selling Viagra was fulfilling.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. So broke grad student.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to me about this journey.
Well, I graduated from Emory, had a master's. I went to go work for Pfizer, but when I transferred from Life College in chiropractic, I was behind. Mm-hmm. So then I graduated behind, and then their program started.
In school for chiropractor?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Down in Atlanta, Life College. And I switched over because the insurance laws were changing. It was just going to be a mess, I thought. I was going back to New Jersey, where I was from. And so then we had to do work-study programs. And I was working at the Olympics when they had the Olympic bombings, no less. I had just left, and the professor from Emory was there. We hit it off. He liked my sense of humor. He's from up north, too. And he got me a scholarship. That's what I needed to go to school because I couldn't afford to pay for it, for sure. Yeah. And when I finished, I was behind. I had a job offer from Pfizer, went to it, but I had to wait 8 months for the next rollover program.
Got it.
So it was either go home, I don't have any money, or take a job. They put me in ready, pharmaceutical sales. Rest, I never worked to use my degree ever again.
Got it. You want to move the mic just a little bit closer to you?
Yep.
They can fix this in the edit later on.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay, so you're in a situation here. Go home, which is back in Atlanta or somewhere?
No, back in New Jersey, but I don't have a job, right?
So go back to home with no money.
No money.
Or work until you graduate.
No, I'm graduated, but I had to wait for their program to start for me.
What's their program?
Well, I was going to be an assistant in a laboratory.
Oh, I see. So you're going to use your degree.
I was going to use my degree. I thought I was.
You're going to use your degree,
yeah,
but you couldn't start for 8 months. Mm-hmm. So why don't we just sell this other thing over here?
Yeah, they're like, hey, well, we'll give you a job and you'll go over here and do this. Like, and they figured I wouldn't sell anything. And I just, I guess I'm a natural salesman.
Yeah. Okay. So go sell this other thing.
Yeah. Viagra turned out.
Yeah.
It was just coming out back then.
Was this like back when it was still like blood pressure medication?
No. It was for the ED and everything, but it was just, you had to go to a doctor. The internet wasn't around yet. This is the 90s. Okay. You had it, remember, you dial up, but there was no online doctors. Mm-hmm. You had to go see your guy. Mm-hmm. Well, I can sell pretty good. Mm-hmm. I talk okay. I play golf back then. Mm-hmm. Not that I'm married the second time. I don't even know where my clubs are. Forget that idea. But it just was history after that. I just crushed it.
So selling medicine is a little bit different. So walk me through like Pfizer. Did they have a great sales training program?
They had a great sales training, but did you really need it? Because they give you a box of samples. So the world is different today than it was 25 years ago, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Things weren't so regulated. People weren't so dumb. Let's just say that, okay?
Less sophisticated.
Yes, no one's eating Tide Pods back then. And, once the doctors had it and the patients had it, they were signed up. It was done. It was done.
Yeah, it was an easy sell.
You didn't have to go, I didn't want to sell anything else. Let me just stay in my lane and crush this, right? And did really well. And then they were doing a merger a few years later with AHP. But I had a contract because I had a master's degree. I didn't even know what a buyout was, so they offered me a buyout. I'm about to get married for the first time, and I call my accountant, he is my college roommate's dad. He says, hey, you're an idiot. He knew me. He says, sign this before you get married. I'll explain it later. And he was right. I signed before I got married, so it wasn't a marital asset as in New Jersey. But when we divorced like 3 years later, because we were kids, stupid stuff. That's what I built my next business on, because I took that money and ran with it.
Okay, so you get the buyout.
Yep.
So
I took it in stock options. It tripled. We did really well. I leveraged that into health food stores.
So, I mean, you feel comfortable sharing like what the buyout was for? Amount?
I mean, when it came triple to one, I had about 800K.
Okay.
In about a year.
So that was pretty good to go start off the next thing. So was it a buyout because you weren't going to be able to sell?
Well,
anymore?
no, because they were using the other people's sales teams versus ours.
Oh, so your opportunity was basically going out the window.
Gone. Yep. So it's either leave, take the buyout. I was like, all right, cool. Right?
Yeah.
You're going to give me what? Money?
Money to quit?
This is different, right? Remember, I grew up dirt poor. I don't know anything about that kind of world.
Yeah.
And so then what I put myself through college with a lot was health food. I was into supplements. I used to do bodybuilding and all that. And now I had money to build stores, and that was really cool. Yeah. We just blew it up. I hired somebody to come in and build juice bars when juice bars weren't the thing. I bought an interest in the first gym I ever trained at in high school. I'm like, I get to own the gym I used to go to. This is cool, right? And then we ended up being in New York Sports Club, Workout World. And then, dumb thing, my other roommate from grad school who went back to Miami says, hey, let's go do this in Miami. And I'm like, yeah, cool. What could go wrong?
Of course.
A lot can go wrong in Miami.
Yeah.
And it did.
Okay. So you get your buyout. So like, and I know you said you grew up poor, but like it seems like you had good thing after good thing after good thing happen. And then you take the buyout, take that money and you invest, and you're still having good luck along the way.
Until I go to Miami.
Until you go to Miami. So like there weren't like really any challenges. You're buying this, buying that, no challenges. And then Miami.
Different world, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So what happened in Miami?
Because think of young, dumb, money, Miami.
Are we talking about you here?
Yeah, I'm talking about me.
Okay.
'Cause I'm not young anymore. Hopefully I'm not as dumb, but definitely back then I was. And everything you can do wrong in Miami with money I did. I had 11 cars. None of them made in America. I had a 12-car garage at one point too.
Okay.
So I couldn't.
What was the best car?
The best one?
Your favorite car?
I had an SL55 AMG, but it was a Euro edition, had no governor. That thing would fly.
Okay.
Right? And that was my thing back then. Now I have a Chevy. Okay. So it's just, I learned differently, right?
Different preferences now.
And the company owns the car. I don't.
Yeah.
Because I was stupid with money.
So you bought all these cars?
I bought them, yes.
And a house with a 12-car garage?
I had a house on Pine Tree Drive, which is on the Intercoastal Waterway, and a condo across the street.
Okay. So I haven't heard any bad financial decisions yet. Like, what are we going to get
Those cars were bad. They were just appreciating assets, right? Aren't they?
Yeah. Okay. So young, dumb with money. Okay. Yeah. So then, was it just, you were just blowing money on personal stuff, or were there also like bad financial challenges?
No, just the personal stuff. Just doing stupid,
Okay.
Things I would never do today. But, I'm going to be honest, because we're going to be here. Like, I had a great substance abuse issue there that money could never have a problem with. All this money coming in, who cares, right? And then literally a woman came down who's like my other mom. And my dad, who was a Holocaust survivor, but an alcoholic as well. I got pulled over for DUI. The cop didn't arrest me because we give him all the stuff for free. He made me sit on a curb for 4 hours, though, in the heat. She comes out of the condo. She sees me, doesn't say a word. That night, she says, "You're just like your father." Quit everything immediately. No drinking, no drugs ever again, ever.
What was the thing about?
Because she said, "You're just like your father."
Well, what's the thing about the father that's...
My father was an alcoholic. It was a horrible childhood, right? He had his demons being a survivor, okay? And I just remember the alcohol being a fuel for problems. And I just quit everything. And then
cold turkey.
Done. Never touched it again. None of it. I'll have a drink every once in a while, but never the other stuff for sure.
Yeah.
And but I left. I became a shut-in in Miami because I couldn't go out ever again because that's what Miami was.
Trying to be sober there.
I lasted 4 months and then I moved to California.
Yeah.
But it was 08, 09, so the world was ending anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah. So then you go there, you blow your money, but like your business is still up and running.
Mm-hmm.
And then you mentioned like time period wise, right? Like, so like you quit
we just went from 97 to like 09.
So I don't want to gloss over this thing here, but you mentioned the substance abuse, right?
Yeah.
I imagine it's an integral part of your story.
I mean, it wasn't that, like that was Miami for me. I can tell you, I don't remember.
How long were you?
Oh, probably a good decade I was
So a decade
using.
there.
Yeah.
But like you're making all this money at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So you had the business acumen, you had a lot of financial success, and then you were funding it basically everyone else's
party. Like people would come and hang out with me to party.
So you were like, hey, you want to go party? You want to go hang out with
Let's just go hang out, right? And that was the lifestyle.
Got it. So outside, besides this one right here, where like the cop just left you there in the car for 4 hours,
It's hot.
were there other like situations? There were other like eye-opening moments, or it was just like this is like Wolf of Wall Street? What are we talking about?
Yeah, no, there was. It was, so I knew better. I was raised better by my mom for sure. I'm back walking in my faith for sure today, but I walked away from God at that point because I was married. She stayed in New Jersey. I lived in Miami. That's not what I'm supposed to do.
This is a 3-year marriage?
Yeah, but we were separated, because it was better than getting divorced because then I didn't have to get married to anybody else because I'm living with a woman here. I got whatever, dumb stuff as kids can do. But, I always look at it as, what a screw up. And then God still took care of me later on.
Yeah.
Because I realized and did better and I learned better,
What's the craziest thing that happened during those crazy years?
God, the craziest? Like every week was just crazy because it didn't matter. Money was there. And it was like, oh, you want to go listen to some DJ in Ibiza? Let's just go. Come on. Who cares? How many people? 10, 9? Look, come on, we're gone. Right?
Yeah.
We were more worried about it wasn't even like the amount of drugs we would take on the plane with us. Never had a problem because this was pre 9/11 too. So the dumb stuff we did, it was just a matter of norm. Okay.
Yeah.
The party didn't end. We would go out starting Wednesday and get done sometime on Monday. That was the norm.
You had an entourage though. It was your entourage.
Yeah. Yeah.
How are you funding all this?
We were profiting sometimes $100K a week in the business.
What was the business?
We had health food stores.
So health food stores, you're making $100K.
All of them together, $100K a week sometimes.
This is between Jersey and Miami? Or
New York, New Jersey, Miami. Yep.
And 3 markets. Wow. So, I mean, you were a massive success.
And just draining it into my nose and other people's noses and the clubs and the bars. Because when you grow up poor, you don't know how to hold on to this dollar. And that's a problem for people because you don't know how to use it, hold on to it. I learned better today for sure. Financial literacy was not something I thought about. Right? Like, dude, this is never going to end.
Well, the party never ends. The music never stops.
It does one day. It does. It does. And you realize it. And, because the lifestyle, I'm watching my friends go to rehab. I'm watching people die. Okay. Because, the amount of drugs was there. It's not glamorous. People think it is. It's not. I was just in Miami a few months ago. You know what? I was in Brickell. I'm looking at the bridge over. Nope, not going over. We own a condo over there. Nope, wave at the condo. That's it. Staying in the hotel, right? Because I know my boundaries today, right? It doesn't call me. It's not a problem, but why put myself over there,
Yeah.
I don't like being out after 9:30. 9:30 at night, I'm out. No.
So I think this part about money is so important because you didn't have a problem, 0 problems making money.
Still don't.
But the problem was, what do you do when you get the money? So there are people that are listening right now that are, some people, hey, how do I make money? But other people, like, I'm making a lot of money, but it's going out just as fast as it's coming in. So what will you say to your younger self who doesn't have the right mindset about money?
Put better people around you. Learn about it, first of all. Don't just trust the people. Learn it, okay? Because, you could be like those NFL guys who hire the accountant or this. They don't know what they're doing with their money. Learn what to do with your money. Look, I'm in real estate, so my money is all in real estate.
Yeah.
Okay. We're diversified a little bit, but not much. It's all intangible items and some precious metals and stuff like that. We do private lending with our IRAs. I learned how to do that. My kids have IRAs now. They're paid employees of the company.
Yeah.
They own houses already. My 16-year-old, who's super smart, he's Indian smart, right? That's my wife is Indian, super smart. In college in 11th grade, okay?
Wow.
He's going to be a CPA. He's like, hey, Pop, do you need CPAs? I'm like, yeah, we do. What do you pay? I'm not going to pay you that yet. But I taught him this already because he asked good questions. We read books together because I want them not to have the mistakes I made.
Sure.
But
there's the educational component, right? And there's Dave Ramsey. Like we don't, not popular in our circles, but it's something out there for financial education.
Right. But do you believe in it? Like there's debt and there's good debt.
Right. But I'm saying like there's information that's available, but there's also an element of permission, of allowing yourself to keep the money. Was there anything as far as mental blockage that was like preventing you from keeping the money, or you felt like you had to spend it?
I just felt like I want that. I want that. I want that. I don't have that in my brain anymore.
Yeah. So what shifted besides not having things to blow it on because you got sober? Was there anything else you did or realization or exercise that changed your relationship with money?
When I look back over it, I just looked at what a waste. Okay. I never sat there and accounted for it because that'd probably make me cry. But I said, man, if I ever do this again, this will never happen. Right? I'll never live that way because it was a waste. It was a waste of resources. It was a waste of gifts and talents, but of people too, because of what the wreckage that lifestyle does to people.
Yeah.
Okay. Like this year, some guy reached out who follows me on Instagram because we made a video about like dumb stuff in Miami. And he was too young to be in that circle. And he still glamorized it. And I'm like, dude, no, you're wrong. Like you missed all of it because people are dead who overdosed. And, he was too young to come hang out. He used to work in one of my stores. He still glamorized it. Like this kid who lives in the suburbs, his parents gave him a Lexus. And he used to come in the store. His name was Darren. And I was like, hey, Darren, how you doing? He's like, yo, hard living, yo. I'm like, how the hell is hard living? You're from the suburbs. Parents just bought you a Lexus that's $40K in the 90s. What's hard about that, right? But he still glamorized that life.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to glamorize about it.
So you moved to California.
Pacific Beach in La Jolla.
PB. I went to grad school in La Jolla, so spent some time
Dude, the sea lions, right? That was just like your kid from New York is like, what the heck? Those are real?
So did you keep the businesses?
Nope.
No.
Just walked away because 08, 09, things were dying, right? Our sales just dropped. So Miami was the epicenter for this mortgage.
I remember all those condos. And overbuilt bad.
But besides the overbuilt, they were doing such fraud. Okay.
It
was like last man holding the chair gets stuck with the note, right? They took a neighborhood from $100,000 homes to $500,000. And, the whole tax base was destroyed there because it was just flipping scams. But we had just stores, and my partner down there said, hey, I want to keep them. He has family money, so whatever, made a deal, I walk away. And I took about a year and a half, 18 months off just to refocus. And then I went into consulting. People recruited me to get into I wasn't a consultant, but I was a business development coordinator.
Yeah.
That was really cool because every day is a different business you get to learn about. That I liked. I don't like going to the same thing every day.
Sure. And then so the Jersey, New York, you just shut them down.
Just shut them down. I went back like twice in 20 years now.
Okay. So then you become business development, what was it?
Coordinator.
And then this kind of floated, like you kind of did this for how long?
About 8 years out in California. And then my mom had cancer. My mom lives in, of all places, Polk County, Florida. So she retired. She moves down with a bunch of the elderly ladies down there.
Is that the one we always see in the news?
Always in the news, yeah. Crazy sheriff.
Butterfly? Is that Butterfly Bellas or that's different?
That's different. But you can look up Polk County Sheriff, right? He's a funny guy, okay?
Okay.
So I'm living in La Jolla, and Polk County used to be the meth capital of Florida. Probably still is, okay? Yeah. And next thing you know, mom has cancer and I'm back there.
Yeah.
Just left. But the main office was in Florida, but they said, hey, if you just leave California, we're not going to give you a job. I'm like, I don't care. My mom's in trouble. I'm gone. But then 4 months later, they're called and said, hey, you want a job? I'm like, all right, cool.
Oh, you're good.
All right, yeah. but I had to make sure she had cancer on her face. And they had to dig out like a gouge of her cheek. And then they took her butt. skin and put it on her face. So I always just say to her, you know, you want me to kiss your ass. So here I am. Okay. And, but everything she wanted from me in life, she got then.
Yeah.
I never wanted to get married again. I got married within a year. I never wanted to be a father because of how my father was. Boom. I adopted my son now from my wife. And now we have another child. My mom got to see all that. She got to see everything she wanted, hopefully the best version of me as we continue.
You're saying that you honored your mom, like she had some wishes and then you honored those wishes?
I didn't honor them by choice. It just happened, right?
Yeah.
A woman I knew introduced me to my wife today, right? It was magic because I swore I would never get married again. And she's Indian, so I always tell her she's like Spike the Curry, right? Because next thing you know, like 90 days, we're talking about getting married. I'm like, why am I doing this? Best decision of my life. You know, and then, you know, children, if I could have a dozen more, I would.
Yeah.
Because if you ask me what I do, I'm their dad. I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm Aiden and Ella's dad. Because that's my job.
Got it. So then you went to go take care of your mom, and then how long did you stay in Florida? Are you still in Florida?
Oh, I'm still in Florida. Yeah, you never get me out of there.
Never get you out of there.
Nope.
Oh, why not?
Taxes.
Kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal. California, New York, man. Oof.
Yeah.
You know, but I do like Phoenix, man. The desert heat. Oh man, we're coming back for Christmas.
Why?
The snowball, man. Because I can go up in the mountains, have snow, and if I want to get hot, I just come down.
It's true. It's true. Okay, so you go to Florida. You're out of a job. They're like, you're leaving, you're gone. But then they call you back. Please come back.
Yep.
How long were you doing that?
So I did that for about another 2 years. But now when we're working in the main office, I don't need to be managed at all. I'm an achiever. I'm going to take care of it. But I'm still managing California business. So I'm not done at 5 o'clock. But I was getting micromanaged. And I have tattoos. I always knew I could never have anything but a long sleeve shirt. Company picnic, long sleeve shirt. I got you. So whenever I would leave, if I didn't come to the office before I went on a call or appointment, the guy would call me. He would FaceTime me.
When was this? This is
2015.
2015?
2015, 2016. He would FaceTime me. I'm like, you know, I'm not. And then so finally I had enough of it one day where he's calling me back to back to back. I'm in the bathroom at the urinal. He keeps calling and calling. So I accepted it like this. Face down. And then, and then I resigned, right? I just said, I'm done, you know? But we're friends because I walked out like that. I said, dude, I can't work with you. I'm going to kill you. But we're two guys from New York who have attitudes. And so my secretary called, his secretary called, but his wife called. And she's like, what happened? I'm like, I'm going to kill Lou. She's like, everybody wants to kill Lou. Then I told her what happened. She laughed. And we're still friends.
Okay.
You know?
So it wasn't the incident. You resigned. You didn't get fired.
No, he wouldn't have fired me over that. He would have yelled, right? Because, you know, because I'm hitting all the numbers by far. Like I'm crushing it. Like, you know, I'm good at what I do. But I can't be managed like that. If I was failing, I get it. Like, you know, if you have a high achiever in your organization, do you like put down on them? Do you always micromanage them? Do results matter?
What can I do to get you more?
Yeah. And it was just, he just had this insane way of like nitpicking. Like, if I take lunch in the office and I'm watching a Yankee baseball game, dude, I'm going to be here till 8. I'm on West Coast time. Yankees play a day game. This is my lunch. Yeah, but other people see you watching TV. Well, that's their problem.
Right. Are the results the same?
They're not doing what I do, right? And so it was just, let me just go my separate way.
Yeah.
You know, entrepreneurial was calling again, right?
Got it. So then what was the next step?
I had a trucking service for 2 years with a guy in Claremont, Florida that I turned around. And then we had our daughter. And during that time, I went from having the weekend off to weekday because my wife went back to work because I was a stay-at-home dad 2 days, right? Best decision. You know, because our bond is so good over that. Took her everywhere, had her on the chest thing, just running around. And that was my first real dad, like changing diapers. I'm like, oh, this is messy. I'll figure this out. So we did that for 2 years. And I told my wife one day, I said, I'm so much more capable than what I'm doing. So mind you, we take care of my mom. We take care of her parents. Right? Her dad has cancer. We're not financially great either. And I say, I'm so much more capable. And she says, go do what makes you happy. This was before I'm in Miami for another decade. I went into real estate. I made $4,000 the first year. Then I went out on my own and I retired her in year 2.
What do you mean you made 4,000?
4,000. That's what I got back on 3 deals, $4,000.
And first you're doing what?
Flipping. Flipping. Well, what else did everybody want to be in?
Right? All right. So this is what year now?
Now this is 2019.
2019. And like, because we're talking about some big numbers here later on.
Mm-hmm.
Some pretty phenomenal jumps here. So $4,000. This is gross profit.
3 flips. That was my share. My
Your
share
share.
after expenses, right? I had a Toyota Tundra. Did not cover gas, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, I was underwater. But the guy who brought me into it is like a father to me. So it was a great year because we hung out at these projects. We did everything we shouldn't have done if we're going to be a business. We didn't have a pipeline. We're doing demo. But I hung out with my dad for a year. We still look back at that as it's so nostalgic to us. And he's like, "But you didn't make any money." I said, "Yeah, but you and I hung out for a year." And our bond, like he's my father figure. He's one of my great friend's dads, and got me into it. And we still talk. He put all these things in that I couldn't do. It's like, oh, well, you have to be a realtor to own a brokerage. Nope, I own a brokerage, but I'm not a realtor. You have to be a loan officer to own that brokerage. Oh, own one of those too, and I'm not, right? And he just told me, he said, "Son, I'll never doubt you again."
Yeah.
The part that mattered was the son part, right? I didn't have that. My father called me fat and stupid when I was young, not son. I was the second child. That's the poop, right? Okay, different spin on it now.
So 4,000 your first year, gross profits. How did you keep going? Because that's a long time to only make 4,000. Because normally, like after 3 months, there's some doubt. 6 months, there's like big doubt. 9 months, how do you keep going? If you're a real estate investor with a sales team and you're stuck babysitting reps instead of growing your business, this is for you. Right now, your reps are burning through your expensive leads like they're practice dummies. They're making costly mistakes you won't catch for weeks, and 70% of your potential revenue is walking to competitors because of inconsistent follow-up. That's why over 130 operators are now using objectionproof.ai to automatically review every single call within minutes, train reps with AI roleplay sessions, and never miss another follow-up. Stop watching your competitors pull ahead while you're trapped doing manager work. Click the link in the description and book a call with my team to see how we can help you install a self-managing sales team this week.
I was going to these real estate meetups, and I'm looking at people. They did it. Why can't I? Not cocky, but if he did it, why can't I? You know, one of the guys I heard talk at the first meetup I went to, he asked me to partner with him 3 years later because I was really good at what I was doing. I built an acquisition company. We had 14 people calling and texting. Him and I went on to flip like, 40, 50 homes that year because we had a $5 million line with Kiavi. But it was really cool. Like, he wrote a book. Now he's asking me, like, I watched you speak and now you want to partner with me. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
But if they did it, why couldn't I? And I didn't understand the mindset of it then, but I do now, right? I don't have the limited thinking.
What's the mindset you didn't understand?
Well, that I was very limited. I thought very narrow and confined. And then now I always think I never have a box. I'm always outside the box. Because when you go into real estate, you have no money. You have to be very creative.
Right.
I still think that way in every deal. I can look at it and just be creative and focused on it. Where, if we don't have to go A to Z legally, we don't have to touch every base seriously, and we're good. Why are we touching every base then?
Yeah.
It's just that I have a very creative thought process with it. But that's what happens. When you come in with no money, you have to figure it out, right?
Right.
And so now, even though I have the money now, well, why don't we still think that way? Okay. And I try to keep that in my organization. Like,
You're not swinging the hammer anymore.
No, man. Ooh, I chipped tile once. I still have ringing in my ears. I didn't tell me I needed the headphone things.
So then your first year is not very good. Quality time, not very good results wise.
Yep.
So what happens after that?
I hired a coach who was doing it well. We aligned value wise, and she was doing it in my market.
And your market is?
This was Central Florida or Orlando back then. And so her program was $997. A lot of money. I'm only making money. I'm not making anything.
That's 1/4.
Yeah,
what you paid the previous year.
And so I hire her, and I had to have. It was COVID time now. So COVID wasn't bad in Florida in the sense of to shut down because real estate we were considered. We could go out every day and do what we're doing.
Services.
Yeah, I was
like,
oh, this is great. Yeah,
Arizona, Florida, like it was perfect.
The free states.
Yeah.
And so I had to go on the Zoom call. Now she used to be a school teacher. Her company was a Gap A home buyer. So, from the Bible, but she's not easy. And so I had to have these 5 things for her that night, questions, and she destroyed me. I was furious. If it was a guy, I probably would have ended differently, but it was a nice woman, so I couldn't say what I wanted to say. But it was Friday night. We got off the call. My plan was to quit the next morning, let me tell you. But it was take care of my daughter, baby shark, Cocomelon. That was the night, Fridays. Woke up the next day and said, best thing that ever happened, I will become a sponge in this business.
Wait, so what was the shift? She said 5 things you had to do.
Everything, I expected validation, and she beat me over the brains. She was like, she might as well have said, that's some of the stupidest crap I ever heard. That's the translation of what she said.
So you came in with questions?
No, I came in with the answers to the questions, but they weren't the right ones for sure.
Okay. So
they were me not being truthful, right?
So she gave you homework.
No, she beat me up over my answers hard.
I know, but the answers, which she just asked you during the questions, during the coaching session.
Like they were 5 questions. I can't even remember what they were. Mm-hmm. And I just wrote them out thinking, I'm not going to because I wouldn't tell people I was doing bad. Mm-hmm. And my answers were wrong because I didn't know enough.
You had to protect your ego.
Right. Ego's the enemy, isn't it? Right. Yeah. And she destroyed me. Just said, I mean, in a nice school mom way, but if it was guy to guy, she was like, that's some dumbass shit, she said. And I was like, oh. Right. But the best thing that ever happened to me because it changed everything for me because I stopped having the ego. I'm really good at asking for help. Like I called Brett. I'm like, hey, Brett, help me with this. I don't have a problem. I suck. Help me. Because that's how we get better. Yeah. I'm good at saying I suck now, right? You know, like and my wife tells me all the time I stink. I have no problem, right? But that was the start of it. And then I became a sponge in everything I do.
So prior to that, you had an ego.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't say I'm doing bad. Oh, I'm doing fine. Hey, we're doing good, right? No, I'm not.
Yeah.
My wife didn't know how bad that year was until she started really digging into the business 2 years later. She's like, that's where you were? I said, well, no, don't worry about that now. We're over here, right? Don't worry about it.
It's in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, you get some humility beaten in you. And then what?
So I was the only person in her class who executed. So she was teaching marketing. We all need to market well.
Yes.
She brought me back 4 times for free because I was like the example. Look at what Tom's doing. That's a layer of my marketing. And within a year, I was out of the hole. I had built a 14-person acquisition team, calling and texting because that was the thing.
In 1 year?
In 1 year, right? I was out of debt. We were doing the wholesale flip rental model, hired an acquisition model. This is all between 19 and 21. Now I have an acquisition manager. He was a bad choice at the time. I didn't know better. You know, someone I knew, right? Oh, this would be great. Oh, ooh, you learn. Yeah. But those are the learning lessons you learn in business, right? And one of my VAs, she's still with me today. She's my operations secretary. She's an amazing asset to the team. You know, these are people who matter in my life now.
What does operations secretary mean?
That means she handles all the spreadsheets and accounts for the projects we do. She's the one who talks to my in-house CPA every day, not me. They don't need me. Like Shelly and Miranda talk. They're like, oh, we're good. Yeah. Okay, fine. I love that. You don't need me? Perfect.
Right.
No?
Okay. So then you come flying out of the gates then at that point.
Well, we were flipping, right? We were flipping. And then 22 happens, interest rates. So I have a manufactured home that I'm going to flip, but we have to get rid of squatters. So the sheriff shows up. The people in the neighborhood were throwing me a party because this was the house everybody brought stolen goods to, the drug house. So you got people over here, picnic benches, drinking. It's kind of like in a rural section. It was interesting. We opened the doors and remember the Bugs Bunny cartoon where the fleas are jumping? This was the house. But these people took a chainsaw down the middle of a double wide. Yeah, they didn't want the house like to be valued. So guys like, you want, Sheriff, you want to go in? Nope. Close the door. That was the house that taught me the business because me and an assistant in the office, we knocked it down. We replaced it. You know, hey, get me 3 estimates for everything. Took me 11 more months, made a bunch of mistakes. And in 11 months, we still made $11,000. Yeah. But I saw a sheet that was so scalable compared to a flip. And I'm like, oh, I'm going this way now. Just pivoted.
So just very eye-opening.
Yeah. Because you've done flips. They could be 400 items long. My sheet is 25 items. It doesn't change. 25? That's so clean. It's so simple. It's never any more. It could be 23 if there's city water and sewer, not well and septic. It's simple. Yeah. It's pretty. Those 400 line items stink.
It's more scalable because it's more repeatable.
Phenomenally more scalable. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just put in financing, land, and product.
Okay. So you hit a grand slam, or not grand slam. This is basically a single 11,000, but it opened your eyes.
That was the start to get here.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. So then what'd you do after that?
Well, then we were buying from a dealer, and then we became a dealer because we needed to control the timelines and the pricing.
For people that are listening, what's a dealer?
So yeah, that doesn't sound good, right? Yeah, that sounds back in Miami, Steve. But so we're a manufactured modular home dealer. That means we have a license to buy from the factories. Think of Toyota. We're the Toyota dealer where you buy your car.
Got it.
You can't go to the plant in Japan or Tennessee. You have to come to me. But we're more of a builder developer than just a dealer retail. We're building out retail now.
So like you say dealer, because I think around here it's like Champion. It's like
I buy from them. Yeah. Yep. But they're a manufacturer.
Right.
Not the dealer.
They're a manufacturer.
Now they have their own retail lots too. But I don't compete with them. We do different things.
Right.
They sell to Bob and Bob puts it on his lot.
Right.
I build it out and give somebody a full home.
Got it. Okay. So you get your dealer's license. So first things first, you figure out this new business model. You scrap all your marketing?
Yes. No, I stopped spending $20K a month. Oh, so good. No more wholesaling, just unwound it all,
so
right?
You just unwinded all the wholesale.
It took a few, like we had so many, so when we started this in 22, we sold our last flip in September of 23. We had to get to them still. And now we're in a depreciating market too.
Yeah, okay. So you set your sights now on a different model. What are you marketing to now?
It wasn't marketing. I could buy land, Facebook, MLS.
So you're just paying whatever they're asking, not what they're asking, fair market value.
Yeah.
Or close to it. You can make offers on it.
Yeah. I mean, we were still doing a little bit. And so now we actually do more marketing today than we ever did, but we do, we're a division of SunWest Mortgage. They have call centers that we get to use their AI for free. So we, instead of calling people to get mortgages, we call them to buy their houses.
Yeah.
Buy old units. But it's free for us as the mortgage broker. I'm like, oh, this is cool. It's free.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the leads come in today,
Got it.
But that's today, not then. But we stopped spending $22K a month in marketing, is for sure.
Okay. So you're just scrounging just websites at this point to buy.
MLS, Facebook was a phenomenal asset for stuff. And you can still find some really good hits there.
Yeah. So then you dwindled the size of your team then, I imagine.
We went from a $50,000 a week payroll with the contracting crews till about 6 or 7 today.
Okay.
I sleep better at 6 or 7,
6 or 7,000?
Yeah.
Okay. So you source into deals, traditionally marketed. Now you're just calling them, making offers. They accept them. Then what?
Then it's a dance, right? We learn there's so much, the nuance in land is weird. It's different than a home. You have to worry about things the survey finds at the last minute that could kill your escrow. So now along the way, our SOPs for everything has changed. Those are living and breathing documents. Every time we made a mistake or got hit with something, line item, change this now, right? Like, so when we make an offer, it's dependent on the survey coming back, allowing us to build a house of a certain size. Because of environmental easements, unrecorded things that the surveyor finds. But if you put down $3,000 or $4,000 in escrow, at that point it's dead, right? So we have these things put into our contracts now. It's standard for us. And we give it to we teach this to people. Here, make sure you do it this way. Do they follow the lessons? No. It's like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It's there for a reason, but these are bumps along the road that were costly.
Right.
And so now it's really dialed in. Here's the contract. Here's the offer. I'm not involved so much in the day-to-day like that. I still see it. I love it. I love the acquisition part for sure, but I love giving somebody a pair of keys too.
Yeah. So you got standardized offers, standardized purchase contracts, purchase agreements. You're the buyer.
Yep.
You buy the property.
Land trust. We buy everything in trust.
What does that mean?
That land trust, it just shields who the real owner is. It's a beneficial interest. We own nothing on paper.
Okay, so you buy in a land trust.
Yep.
That's the business or that's a personal land trust?
It's the business.
Okay.
So one of my companies, the construction management company, is what's called the beneficial interest of a trust. So if you have a trust in Florida, I'm not sure how it works in any other state, but in Florida, you can't sue outside of the trust. So God forbid something happens, they can only sue into the trust. They can't go after your personal stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a protection.
Yeah. So you're buying these things in a trust.
Mm-hmm.
You close on it.
Yep.
And then what?
Then the dance. Like, so the week before, we have all our due diligence in, 7 days after contract. At that point, the process map says yes or no, right? Mm-hmm. Simple. Is it a good deal or not? Do we renegotiate or do we walk away? If we continue, then we go to closing. And as soon as we go to closing, we go into permitting. Mm-hmm. And then the listing team, they list the lot with the unit we're going to put down because it's considered new construction. We don't have to wait till it's ready.
Oh, so you can just start marketing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, isn't that great?
Yeah.
Get ahead of everything, You
can market before the flip's done.
Yep. So we put it on in Florida. We put it on what's called My State First, which covers the whole state, but they don't track days on market. Mm-hmm. I have an issue with realtors. They don't read well. And so they'll see, well, you've been on the market 120 days. There must be an issue. Well, you see where it says pre-construction to be built? That kind of takes a little time, but they never see that part.
No.
So there must be an issue because we're on 120 days.
Right.
But normally we run about our cash conversion's 180 days.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you begin the permitting, get the realtor, begin marketing it. You already know which product you're going to be putting on it.
It's in due diligence. Like we have a build, you know how you have a buy box? We have a build box. So this is where we can build in. So we're going to build the maximum size house we can based on the comps in the area for sure. But the bigger you build them, the cheaper they get. And because we're the dealer, we control a lot of our verticals. We can push people away because of pricing. Okay, if they have to sell at 300, but we can be 270 and give concessions, yeah, we're good, right?
Yeah.
Let's just slide in here and blow everybody out the way. You know?
So begin permitting. Maybe super simple, but what are you getting permitted for?
If there's well and septic, the home. If you're in Orange County, if we have to demo something, we buy a lot of old units, knock them down because then you don't pay impact fees. And that's such a savings.
Elaborate on impact fees?
Well, impact fees, so if you have vacant land that's never been impacted, it hasn't done any, those are the fees the county charges you for, say, fire, schools, all that. So vacant land that hasn't been charged, start building on it, they charge.
Right.
So in some parts, my impact fees run anywhere from 11 to 25K. But if I buy an old crappy unit, there's zero. I like old crappy units then because we just saved a ton of money.
Got it. So it's actually better. You still have to spend the money to tear it down.
5,000, probably 6, maybe.
So it's cheaper to tear it down.
Yep.
Than to start anew.
And you'd be surprised when you have the old units. Sometimes they have good wells and septic if that's what's there. And those are great. We just bought one. We paid $30K for a 2-acre lot. The septic was good. The house burned down, but brand new septic and well.
Yeah.
Like, will you give me 38? Today I'll give you 38. How many times did you say yes when somebody gives you a price? Yes, I will give you that. Because the septic was 15K and the well was 12.
Yeah.
I won.
Right.
You know?
You know that, but your competitors might not know that. The less experienced people might not know that.
If they watch my show, they do.
Yeah.
If they listen to it, I give them all the information.
So, when did it become real that this is like a repeatable model? Because like you said, you have a proof of concept, right? Like, hey, I made 11K even though I screwed everything up.
Right.
All right, let's just change this model. When did it become real?
It became real, one, when people started asking me to teach them. Because we're just, I'm out there doing my thing. I believe in being the iceberg, not being so flashy and showy. We don't have 11 cars. But the proof is in the pudding. People start reaching out because they're reaching out to my agent to like, hey, your buyer, this trust guy, like we need to meet him because we have land for this guy. Because the agent, these wholesalers are smart. They're seeing how much these people sell. And there's always this trust thing, right? Who is that? And then institutions started to talk about giving me money because we borrow privately from IRAs. But now it becomes real when you get bigger institutions wanting to finance you. Like now we have a thing we're working with Rain City Capital and CapSource to finance all of our investors. All they have to do is buy from us and have us have the management because they trust us. It's like, wait a minute. So you're not vetting the buyer. They're like, no, if they use you, we're good.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. Because you know how business is. Like they don't see like we know the mess that happens in every business. They just see how pretty it looks on social media.
Yeah. But it's very validating. Hey, Tom, you're the guy. So what are they funding for you? Like they're saying like these other guys, as long as whatever, they're funding, as long as you're doing the work, they're funding you as a developer?
Yeah, because we would, because it's a we'll put out a little bit of money and they'll reimburse us within a week. Okay, and that's fine. We have a great channel for it. It's like, okay, so if we're ordering the unit, they'll put the down payment down. Well, they'll give it to my dealership, which puts it down, and then when the unit's ready, they'll pay that. And then let's say we put the well, the septic, the setup. Once it's done, they'll just reimburse me.
Got it.
Within 7 days. So we're building that model out for our investors because, look, it's a different market. These guys are only hitting singles and doubles where a few years ago there was a lot of home runs. So what do we have to give them? More chances at bat.
Yeah.
And this is a great opportunity because the interest rate's only between 10 and 11%. That's not bad. No crazy fees, just 10, 11%, knock them out. And they came to us for it.
What are the investors getting?
They get another project to sell, okay? Because it's flipping differently.
Well, why don't you just do it? I guess why are there other investors?
Well, we do it for them.
I see.
I don't have a scarcity mindset. Like I teach people in my own backyard, and I give my project managers to investors.
You are their developer. So they're saying, hey, I got this piece of land, Tom.
They'll either bring us the land or ask me to find it for them.
Got it.
Hey, we want to do deals over here. Is that okay? Sure. You can do them where I'm at too. I don't mind. Like I have a lot where a guy said he's going to buy a lot and going to hire me. So I didn't develop my lot first. I let him, we're going to do his first because I'm not going to compete against my own client, right? Yeah. We'll get to that later. It's fine.
So I'll say, hey, Tom, I want to invest. I've got some money. You go find me the land. You develop it. And then we're going to split the profits.
I do that with some people on JVs
I'm
for
just trying
sure.
to figure where it seems like you're doing all the work.
But I'm getting paid for it. So if we would say, let's say we're just selling somebody the unit with the management fee. Okay, we have a project manager just for those projects.
Got it.
But then I have other project managers who just do my stuff. Different story. But they're the same. They're based on the area in the state. This guy works here. So he could do my stuff or he could do your stuff.
Got it.
But people bring us the land or say, hey, we have money. We want you to bring us some flipping differently houses for us. And one of the guys, his wife's a realtor, so she sells them when we're done. They don't use my realtor. Okay, fine.
So you said flipping differently a couple of times now. What's flipping differently?
Because this is what we called it, and how it is just flipping differently. We provide a house at the end of the day, but it's brand new. We don't want to renovate. We don't want any old issues. We're giving a home with a warranty and all the bells and whistles. So it's the same as what I was doing before, but we can do it at scale and quicker. Yeah.
So I remember, I want to say this is back around 2020, maybe 2021. And I'm a collective genius. And one of the guys talks about this is the best model ever. You just buy land and you put a manufactured home on it, and they can buy this with FHA financing, and it appraises as a single family home. This is, maybe it's only Phoenix.
They have their own, it's not a single family, it's a manufacturer, they appraise to others, but he is 100% right. That's the model.
And he's like, we're making so much money. And that was the last I've heard of it. I haven't heard anyone else doing it since. Right? And now you're saying this has been your recipe.
22. This is it. We have sat down with, we have institutional financing from Triad. They're one of the big games in mobile homes. But this is FHA, VA. We had 2 conventional loans last year. That's not the norm, okay? But it's all fully approved for all of that.
Yeah.
And this is the affordable housing market. Let's just say that, because Florida, the median house, $419. Well, I can build you a real nice home for $300K in Orlando. $300 and $419, that's a big difference for people. But I'm also probably going to give you a bigger lot too. If you go to Polk County, I'm at $265 on an acre. Yeah. Okay, this is affordable. We forgot that market. It's not sexy to people, but those people still should be served.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay, and I was the people who we're partnering with on the mortgage company. I met with them last week, and I explained, because they said, "Hey, your model plays well in all 50 states." I said, "Yeah, I know." They're already thinking, because the guy who owns it, he's worth $8 billion. He's a little smarter than me. He has $8 billion. I don't have $8 million. So but I don't want to go to snow states either, I told him. I don't care if they take the model and run with it. I'll keep Florida and Texas. I'm good. Just put my name on something, right? Get it done. Because we need to understand that we're short housing. People can't afford things today. Look, my parents bought their first home in 81. It was 17% interest. You know what I remember at 10 years old? How hard life was. That's what a 10-year-old remembers when he gets to move to the suburbs. Plus, we had no street lights and sidewalks. I'm like, where do we walk? There's no lights. How do I find things? But I remember how hard life was.
Yeah.
And that's changing a little bit when interest rates drop, but still people can't afford like the American dream. Yeah. Wall Street bought too much of it, whatever over there, right? So this is what's affordable for people. And if you can see how they look, I'll show you pictures. These things don't look like grandma's mobile home.
Yeah.
They don't.
So you talk about that. You talked about like you're not an ordinary dealer. Like you finish these all the way out.
All the way out.
What does that mean?
That means that we're going to put everything together on the land. We're going to give you a turnkey. You're moving in, right? We met with some people who we got on the lot. We did everything. And I'm like, no, you can pick, like, where do you want to place the house? We're placing it for them where they want because it's an acre. And they're going to move in. We signed the contract in August. I bought the land in August, went under contract a week later, and they're moving in by Halloween.
So I remember the first house I built as a new build. I went to the design center, right? I picked the carpet, the paint, all this fun stuff. They
did the same thing.
So this is what you're doing here. So they're not just buying, because like you're saying, this is not your grandmother's manufactured home. So I've done a handful of manufactured homes, but they're more like grandma's manufactured homes.
No, different.
So this is like, they're still going to a design center and like, this is what I want, this paint, this carpet.
So we normally have model units everywhere, but we switch who our main supplier is going to be. We work with Palm Harbor, Cavco, really great quality control. They found me on social media. They wouldn't deal with me a few years ago. Now I'm a little bigger. Yeah. And so we sent
it's funny how that works.
It's funny, right? Because volume matters, right? And it's funny how it's off of social media. A lady sent me a Facebook message. I thought it was a scam, right? I'm like, messenger.
Well, it's funny because like I've got people reaching out to me like, hey, can you do this for us? It's like, I remember when it was impossible for me to get you on the phone.
No, right? They broke the rule. I shouldn't say it, but they have a rule of having 5 units on your dealer lot at all times. Well, that's 5 times 80 of depreciating assets sitting there. I'm an investor. Dude, we're not doing that. Now they said, can you have them on any of your construction sites in Florida? I'm like, I can do that for sure. I'm like, now we're talking the language.
Right.
So then I just sent the clients to their factory, right? And my rep walked them through. Not only did we sell the couple, we sold the sister too. So we got a double whammy, right?
Yeah.
Because these are really amazing homes. And I promised them, like, I'm hard. I'm really good at holding people accountable. I wasn't in the beginning. Like, the factory said, hey, we're going to have your unit out there September 29th. And they say October 8th. I said, you do know those are different dates, right? Like, well, yeah, but no. Did you get my money? They're like, yeah. Then you keep the 29th. See, money, 29th. That's what that paid for. The 8th doesn't work for me.
Yeah. If
you give it to me on the 8th, those 10 orders? He's like, yeah, I'm going to cancel them. Seriously? 100%.
Yeah.
Because I promised them trick-or-treating in the house. I can't break my promise.
Yeah.
They're like, okay. So it's ready on 29th.
So you get the job done.
We're trick-or-treating in that house for these people.
Yeah. So I can see you're passionate about this. And you're saying that it all goes back to your upbringing. And what was your upbringing like?
We grew up in New York. We were poor, right? They worked hard. My dad had cancer and was dying he was dying for like a decade though. My mom worked 3 jobs to support us at times, okay? And, that's hard. It was just like, everybody else could do things we couldn't. I didn't know any better. Like now I look back, I'm like, I always said like, that family was perfect. Then you find out how crappy that shit was. Like, okay, well maybe it's not perfect. But
the one that you were looking out to.
Yeah. Like you saw, well, you find out later what was going on over there. But, there was a lot of verbal, physical abuse, alcoholism, things that impact somebody hard. And then when I moved to Florida, there was a woman here who was a family friend. She did a drip campaign. Because I would always do spectacular and explode, because that's due to trauma as a child. So then she didn't say, Tom, let me come get in your head. She says, will you help me? Of course I'll help you. So then I go, she's a shrink, a psychologist, all those things, but she has a nonprofit. So I'm helping her there. but she's dripping, right? She's dripping. And then after 6 months, she shows me this book, The Effects of Childhood Trauma on Adults and the life cycle of it. And she's like, what do you think? And I said, you might as well put my picture there. She's like, you ready to go talk? I said, yeah, I don't want to, but yeah. And it just started to change how I thought about things.
Yeah.
And I think that that person is so like impactful in my life because it let me think and understand that these things it wasn't his fault in some ways. His demons were his demons. They're not mine.
Yeah.
I could be a dad and not have to be like him. That's why I try to be the best dad I can be. I'm there for everything. My daughter's mad that I'm here with you and not her. It's like, you're bringing me next time. I'm like, girl, school, I can't take you out of school.
Okay, so talked a lot about what you're doing as far as buying from basically a developer. But you've also built some other companies along the way.
Built, acquired, yeah.
So let's walk through that journey in parallel. Okay. All right, so you start doing these homes in 22. When do you start opening all these other things?
Well, you got to control your verticals.
Yeah.
And so now we own a property management company. We had that before because we have a rental portfolio. That's what the acquisition team. We have a lot of
So when you were buying houses.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of subject twos, owner finance. Like everything we have now is pretty much in 2 portfolios built that way. We got rid of it. Like it's really good. It's meant to appreciate. We don't do anything crazy. I just get them appraised every year and be like happy. My wife runs that company till the end of the month. Then we're not going to work. Then somebody else will run it. We can't work together and stay married. She decided she wants to stay married to me and not work with me. Perfect. So we have that. We own the real estate brokerage. We own the construction management.
When did you start the brokerage?
This is the second one. I fired the first partner. I have another one. And so this one is this year.
So you started brokerage this year?
Yeah, but I quit one, canceled it, done. She was a mercenary. She was only in for money and she wasn't good at what she did.
Yeah.
She was trying to do my job. She couldn't do her job.
When was this?
Last year.
When did you start the first one?
I acquired part interest in it 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're around the same time. You've got this epiphany. Get realtors listing all your properties around the time you started the brokerage.
Let me just control it, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I need to see what they're doing because realtors are not good at sales. They're not. I'm just like, they don't answer.
Not mine. I'm not bashing realtors. Not
I will, but like they don't answer their phone. And so I like to see what they're doing.
Yeah.
I always said, hey, listen, we're going to give you an email. And if you want a day off, we have someone to answer your calls and we have someone to watch your emails too. We want to make sure it's being done correctly.
Yeah.
And the ones who don't, we just get rid of them because, we want to be, I have the girls and the boys team in the company, right? And so we met with this website developer who's building out this crazy website for us with AI. It goes right through to everything. And they were like, your team is amazing. I wasn't even in those meetings. I love hearing that, but that's the girls. The guys, they're not as good as that because guys aren't collaborative. Like these girls, they'll crush my guy team any day.
Yeah.
So we have now this year we became a division of SunWest Mortgage.
So hang on. So you got the real estate brokerage. What was next after that?
Now we have the loan company.
So, and that's this one?
Yep. That's just this year.
Okay. So you acquired or built a mortgage company?
Acquired. They gave it to us.
Gave it to you.
They want to partner with people do affordable housing.
Got it.
Okay.
So they saw you and they love what you were doing and like, hey, we'd like to be a part of what you're doing. Whatever we can collaborate.
I thought they were full of crap at first, for sure. I'm like, yeah, no one gives stuff, right? Because this woman reaches out, social media again, and she's talking to me and it's like, yeah, they're full of crap. Like, and we were going back and forth for a while. But Gary Harper, you ever see Gary talk about the word focus, right? He has that client who can't say it. The guy says, focus. This woman was all over the place. I'm like, girl, you get this across the finish line. We'll do whatever else you want to do.
The mortgage?
The mortgage. Okay. And she did. I'm like, oh, you're golden to me now, right? So now we're licensed in all 50 states. We work in Florida and Texas because we just started to acquire a dealer's license there. And so the woman who found me, she also stayed on to help me run the loan company. I'm like, dude, I don't know how to run it. I'll find somebody. I'm sure that's what I would do. But why don't you stay and you can run both Florida and Texas for me? Really? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Done.
So now you have a mortgage company. So you got the brokerage for a while. Different one now. Are either of these two a distraction from what you're doing with the manufactured home?
No, because they flow into that, right? all the verticals we have contribute to our core business, right? They all help us buy and sell manufactured homes because there's a lending credit, right? I don't make anything on a loan. I give it all back. We make money when we buy land as the broker, okay? That helps reduce cost, okay? So it all contributes to my core. We're not buying a restaurant. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Or a coffee shop. I do like coffee. But as long as, like, that's the rule. Does it contribute to the core business? If it does, we'll definitely look at it. If it doesn't, we're not going to do it.
What about title?
It's in the works.
It's in the works.
It's in the works. It will come up one day.
Anything else?
Setup company and then HVAC electrical. Those are on the horizon for next year.
Setup company being?
The people, so you don't use a GC, you use a licensed setup company. And so it was just, you have to have a time budget for things. And the mortgage company and the brokerage needed my time because they came at the right price, free. So they were like, oh, we're going to work on this and we'll work on this later.
Yeah.
And then they're close to being, the setup company in Florida is close to being done anyway. We're going to acquire one.
So they're the ones that get the lot ready?
Yeah. They, so the home comes on 2 trucks, if it's a double wide, and they anchor the foundation, build it all up and handle all that.
And then HVAC. Why HVAC?
Because I know they net about $2,500 between the HVAC and the electrical pole and meter on every deal, okay? And so we look for an ROI of no less than $40K. I can take the ROI by controlling all those verticals to $70K by controlling all of my verticals.
So the unit doesn't come with an HVAC unit?
It comes with the ducts and everything, but we put a 3 or a 4 ton package unit, but then we put a brand new pole, the meter, and the box.
Okay.
So you need an HVAC electrical.
So you're just trying to get it all one piece.
Well, it's a dance, okay? And if the people don't have the ability to tell you no because you own it, the dance goes much easier, right? Because then they have their reason for not showing up. Maybe Bob's going to pay them more than I do. I'm going to go work for Bob and not you today. We're going to put you off. If I own that company, they have to answer, right? They can't do that.
Right.
And so that's just part of the growth of it.
Yeah.
And when you explain, look, we can increase our ROI just by owning all this. They're profitable. We're paying it anyway. Why don't we just make it, own it? Because then we never have to raise our prices, do we? Yeah. People do if they don't own all their verticals.
So we got, you bought the land, get the dealer, got the realtor, do the loan on it, got the setup. Eventually, and then AC eventually. Is there anything else that goes in that piece?
I don't think so. Title, that's part. That will come with the loan company eventually.
Right. Okay. So you basically have the whole deal.
But that's what a builder does, right? Basically, it's that they keep the subs. But I know what I pay, the net that they make on every deal. And that just contributes so much to the bottom line without raising prices. And so then if we can do that, then we're building really affordable products for people.
Yeah.
Okay. Because look, if we take every dollar we make on a loan, I give it back. I take on a 270 and I'm already factoring in 10K in builder credits. Now I'm at like 13, 14K. There's no reason not to buy the home. I'll give you $14,000. And we're probably already $10,000 under the value we should be. Because if somebody buys a house from us and you get any kind of concessions, I want the appraisal. I have an appraisal library for every county that we work in. So I'm already undervalued. So people walk into 20, 30 grand worth of equity day one. There's no reason not to buy. It's just getting them that point. Look, interest rate, we got somebody approved last week, 5.38.
Wow.
Yeah, VA. I was like, holy crap.
Wow.
Why aren't you buying more? Right.
Yeah.
But that's their mortgage. The median rent in their county is $1,850. Their mortgage is going to be $1,872 a month.
Yeah.
But they own it now, right? So you get the homeownership. That teaches responsibility, okay? They get the tax credits. They own something. They own land in America. That's the dream of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay? But we've lost that. People are like, I'm just going to rent. It's like, you're dumb. Now, I'm a landlord. I love rent. Don't get me wrong. Even though I love when they pay late because there's a fee. But I'd rather build home ownership.
Yeah. So we were talking about last year, you did 76 for yourself, and then you also did work for 92 others.
No, 92 total.
92 total.
Yeah.
Okay, so 92 total. And you're gonna do over 100.
We're going to get close to 100 this year.
Close to 100
for
this
us.
year.
Yep.
What were the biggest obstacles in growing? Because these are big numbers here. These are not
Hurricanes,
small.
man. It's Florida. Wow.
Okay.
Man, so I had to sell personally 7 homes between the middle of November, after the election, and December 31st.
7.
So I fired my brokerage team, right? I hired one agent in that time. I sold 6 of the 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But hurricanes, man, we lost a quarter of sales between firing the broker and how to unwind that and get my listings back. Mm-hmm. And then the first hurricane and then Milton, there were trees down because, it impacted where we are hard. But none of our homes got really screwed up. Like 1 or 2 did, but like tree fell. You can't help that. One got hit by lightning. All the electrical wiring was dead. I had to replace it. Okay.
Seems like that shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, but you know what? None of them. We had 3 within the eye of the storm.
Yeah.
We were the builder of the year in the Polk County Parade of Homes. That model, no damage. Hurricane came right up I-4, 5 miles away. But there was just so much debris, it just killed sales. People weren't looking. They were still swimming over in Pasco County around. Like we own a condo on the 2nd floor. We were 14 feet off the ground. There was 9 feet of water underneath us.
Oh.
My wife wanted to buy in the 1st floor, by the way. I won that argument a little bit.
So, hurricanes, obviously challenging.
Interest rates, mm-hmm. right? Because people keep thinking we're waiting for 3%. Dude, it's not coming back.
Maybe in 30 years.
Not in my lifetime.
Maybe in the next 30 years. Yeah. So, but in scaling it organizationally wise, like, were there other challenges, obstacles along the way?
Yeah. Getting the person to help me do it. I'm not good at structure. Mm-hmm. I don't need it. Most visionaries don't, right? We're like, hey, look at this is great. Everything's here. Mm-hmm. But think of where does a grape grow best? On a trellis. You make it narrow and tall, it grows up. You make it wide, it goes wide. Who builds your trellis? Sharper, Gary Harper, mm-hmm. right?
Yeah.
That's my trellis builder.
So Gary Harper and Sharper, Gary, yep. Susan, Amanda, Brandon, mm-hmm. Austin. Yep. He
just flew in for a whole day. He's like, dude, you're doing some you keep adding shit, man. I'm coming to Orlando to hang out. Hey, we're not going to Disney, dude. I'm a SeaWorld guy. We're not going over there. But he flew in on a Tuesday. We drove the whole day looking at things. Went to the factory. The news people called. They wanted to interview me about impact fees. Come on, we're going to talk to them. You're going to tell them everything. They're not going to be happy. I'm just going to lay it out. But that's the kind of people they are, right? Because I was doing a bunch of things, and they're like, we need to come see what you're doing again.
What would they not be happy about with impact fees?
Well, because it impacts the lower scale more, right? Mm-hmm. So if I'm building at 200,000, and let's say my impact is 11K, if you're building 700, it's still 11K. Why? Mm-hmm. You're crushing this affordable house.
Yeah.
Okay, and they don't dial that.
So it's not proportional.
Yeah, and it's like, look, Orange County, they always talk about, we're trying to help. Dude, you have $25,000 in impact fees alone. 10% of a $300,000 build is fees. Fees. How is that good? Mm-hmm. But we're doing this. No, you're not. Like they came out with Vision 50, where you can take agricultural land and make it for manufactured, but you have to build the mechanics of how to do it. So the vision without the work of doing it means it doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
So there's just politics talk. It's BS.
Yeah. Okay. So going back to Sharper, when did you start working with Gary?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
How much of an impact has he made in your business or his organization?
We are where we are because of them.
It's a big statement. I mean, you got some pretty impressive numbers here.
We are where we are. We are running because he got me to run. Now, Jacob. So mm-hmm. Jacob was the first person I talked to. He couldn't sell me anything. It's like, dude, I wouldn't even take the PI test. So then Gary was coming to Florida. They like Disney. We set up a meeting for Saturday morning. He was one of the few people showed up prepared. He knew what I did, who I was. Because mm-hmm. most people say, hey, I'll coach you. Okay, what do? I don't know. What the heck are you going to coach me on? He knew what my pain points were. He's like, dude, no one's really doing this like this. You probably have problems. You know how he is. I'm like, and then he read me my PI, and he's like, oh, you're like a cat. I'm like, you're calling me the the P word then, right? Joking. He's like, no, but you want to get scratched when you want to, but you don't need to be scratched. I don't need to be social. But my business is a social business, right? So now you've won, like you know what's going on in my brain, and you just told me my pain points. So here's my credit card, let's be done now. And that's not me, nor I'm a hard sell. Yeah. And we sat there for an hour and a half in this Starbucks, and I knew I was in good hands because we aligned value-wise, the mission, and he knew my business. And has it been a rough journey? Absolutely. Entrepreneur is not easy, isn't it? It's like people see the social media and think, it looks great. It's like, yeah, right. Hanging out with you is great, but the journey getting here is a pain. But I would do it again in a heartbeat.
What were some of the things that, looking back, that they made the biggest difference?
SOPs, accountability, okay? We didn't have those. I didn't know what a process map was.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need that. I know what to do. But he's like, yeah, but your team doesn't. Oh, yeah. That might be, but just holding people accountable, fully accountable. Like we had to let go of a lot of people because when we implement the new stuff, they don't want to do that. They're like, no, we're doing it this way. No, we're this way.
But Tom, this is the way we've always done it.
But yes, but what got you here may not get you there. Exactly. And that's the truth, right? And look, last week we were at CG in Dallas, right? What did Amanda say? Go hire the best. Yeah, hire better people than you. I think sometimes we're afraid to hire people who are better than us at what they do, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. Like I have a great operations manager. He's built 100 homes a year for years. He knows building and that. Can he do my job? Nope. Couldn't raise a dime if he needed to.
Yeah.
But when it comes to building, he knows what he's doing. Just like my EA, she came from Sharper. Like Gary was her Sunday school teacher for her kids. I call them, when you start, you're looking for a Swiss Army knife, right? You need someone to do a bunch of things.
Yes.
But as you scale and grow, you need a scalpel to do this.
These specialists.
Right, so you hire a scalpel. And so that's what we're getting really good at, putting the right people who are scalpels. Guess what if they don't work? You know what happens? We just get rid of them and get another one. Because that's just how you have to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I've gotten to this point in my career because we've gotten to the point like, all right, this is no longer a fit.
Yeah.
Right, we had to upgrade this not upgrade, but it didn't fit right. So we need a different one that fits better.
Right, a different widget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and one of the things I've said is like the saddest thing about where I'm at today is I've gotten really good at letting people go. I hate that part. Part I hate the most about where I'm at.
Yeah.
Is it's really easy to do that.
I have no reports to me. Even my personal admin doesn't report to me. She reports to my executive. But I'm the last person who interviewed her. And I said, she gave me her resume and I'm like, hey, you're working directly for me. Is this true? Because I'm going to find out real quick because I bop around all day. And you're going to try to keep up with me.
Yeah.
If it's not true, I'm going to fire you really quick because you're like the third person in 6 months, let me tell you. And they keep lying and they just keep getting fired.
Yeah.
But she's been with me. She'll only had one crying day so far. Okay. I think she'll stick.
So like a cat. So are you a venturer?
Yeah.
All right. So that makes
But originally in my profile and the other scales, it was called a dictator, right? Because you're that, in a different type of system because it was my way or the highway. Now I'm so much more collaborative because we have business unit leaders.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to all their input and then I'm going to make a decision based on everything that I decide.
Right.
But in the past, I would never listen because I'm no longer playing the game.
You're
I'm not
tyrants.
Yes. I'm not playing the game. I'm not the coach. I'm up in the box. I see my team winning more than me now. They don't need me. I'm gone. I have no morning calls. I talk to people today like I would for a walk. And I said, let me call, see what's going on. Life goes on.
Yeah.
Like, you guys don't need me. Like, well, I wouldn't say that. I hope so.
Yeah.
But isn't that what we're supposed to build?
That's the dream.
Yeah.
It's the reason why we get here. Now, one of the things you're passionate about, actually, before I get to this, guys, do me a favor, as you're listening to this, as you're watching this, comment below your biggest takeaway from today's show, what you'll commit to, what you liked from today that you might want to implement, anything you want to see more of, less of, please just comment below because it helps me, right? I'm trying to be running the best show possible. Helps me give direction for what I want to do here. One of the things that's really important to you is you care more about the people over profits and you're passionate about doing good work. Talk Talk to me about that.
My name is Lance McCann. I have recently switched sessions with Ian Ross. Those conversations with Ian has made me $50,000 in the past 2 deals that I've had. I was able to renegotiate, go back and renegotiate the original purchase price on one deal, and I saved $40,000. And I got another $10,000 off my other deals. Call Ian, give him a chance. You won't regret it.
If you like what you just heard and would like similar types of success, text CLOSE to 33777. And we'll see if you qualify to join objection-proof selling. We're taking good sales reps and we're making them objection-proof.
So when I made money younger, I loved money. So therefore, you're never going to keep it. And you can't love money. Money's a tool. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's a good tool or a bad tool depending on how you use it. And when I realized we're financially good, but when I go into anything thinking, let me just take care of these people, and the blessings that come from that always. My best deal last year, I'll tell you, we lost, my wife and I, exactly $52,000 willingly. This woman, her husband died during the mortgage process. She has 4 kids, husband dies. She sells birds for a living. Birds. You're not going to eat these birds. They're not cute parrots. I bought a lot of birds because I had to give her more money to cash to close from people. So the mortgage, there wasn't my mortgage company then. They call us and say, hey, this is a problem. I said, well, what do we have to do to get this done? Because they told me the story. And my wife and I were having a rare dinner date. And the lady's like, well, is your wife going to be okay with that? I'm like, that's a lot of nerve saying that, but okay, put you on speaker. Tell her now. She's like, well, that's what we're supposed to do. So turns out not only does she have 4 kids, 3 are autistic. So we gave $52,000. So that was the profit and more. I had to put money on the table to close that because I had a loan, right? The TC company I just hired, they worked for free. Everybody worked for free except my broker partner, Mercenary. I got rid of her right away. Okay?
That was the telltale.
That's a telltale. I knew anyway, but wait a minute, you're not going to help these people? Everybody, but even the title people worked for free because they found out, like they brought the whole family to the office. They got 3 autistic kids. The husband died. We're giving them American dream and you want your 2%. Okay, you're done.
Yeah. That's crazy.
We still take care of that house today, right? Now, the realtor who I met on that deal, we did 1.3 million in sales since June of last year.
Yeah.
Because of that deal. Never thought about that, right? I have to tell her buyers, no, please get an inspection. I can fix it. No, but Tom, it's you. I don't care. It's me. It's the builder. Like it's the manufacturer. I can fix it now. It's great. You trust me. Get the inspection. I fix quick, right? But that's what comes with doing right. And the first thing, we had a week last year where we did 2 of those deals like that. It wasn't so much on the first one, but gave a house, lost a little money. One big, gave a house, lost a little money. The first thing I did was call up my team on each one of those and thank them because without those middles, we're not able to do that.
Yeah.
And even though we lost, we won because that's what we're supposed to do.
You say you bought $52,000 worth of birds?
Well, it wasn't $52,000 worth of birds, but I had to give thousands of dollars to help her cash to close. I had to send Zells from other people because it can't come from me. You know, not a realtor. I don't have a license. I can't get in trouble.
Right, but
that's why we don't have licenses.
But you sold a lot of birds.
We bought a lot of birds. Yeah.
It's very honorable. And it's crazy that she wouldn't give it 2%. And what did she lose over that 2%?
100 sales a year and more.
It's insane to me.
Mercenary.
Some people just, but that's not even mercenary. Like even a sociopath will give up a little bit to win in the long run.
So she's been in real estate 20 plus years. I've been in 6. I'm way better positioned than she ever will be.
Yeah.
Want to know why? How I think.
Yeah.
Okay? Because she's a flash person. Like she had an owner finance deal that she never finished the back end financing for because she bought too many cars. I'm like, oh, this is me in Miami. Right? Too many cars, too many ex-husband, too many jet skis. Now you live with your mom anyway, right?
So yeah, that's rough. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the story is how I got a piece of the brokerage. I lent her money and she Ponzi schemed me. Yeah, but my loan docs are good. But then there was multiple people in other properties. So when I knew the other lenders, so I had to fix it for them to get paid, and it took, we lent it from our IRA. It was my wife's money. My wife's like, I don't care what you did, you owe me. I'm like, really? Okay. I said, hey, I got a piece of the brokerage. She's like, I don't care. Put the money in the IRA. I'm like, all right, I got you, girl. I got you, Yeah. And that's how I got it, right? But I fixed her problems and she still didn't learn.
Yeah.
Maybe she's selling birds today. I don't know.
It's crazy. But we see this all the time. Even I haven't done many traditional transactions for a number of years now. But I remember like there are incidents where like appraisal came in bad, right? Like you're on one side or the other. Like, all right, like the seller really wants to make this happen. The buyer really wants to make this happen. Here's how we can bridge the gap. And get the rose is like, no, my commission's not negotiable. And it's like, you're willing to lose your entire commission.
Yep.
Because you won't settle out of principle to get this deal done. And like, it's happened countless times. And every time it happens, it's like, you realize you're going to have to go show them more houses. And they're probably going to have similar challenges. Or you have to list this house again at a lower appraisal amount. You want to go through this process again.
Yep.
It just blows my mind.
Because it's not about their client, it's about them.
Right.
I had a guy, so we were selling a house last year and they were to get a bonus if it was full price, but it wasn't full price. So they didn't get the bonus. The broker calls to tell my realtor, we're not showing up to signing until he gets that bonus. Well, read, dummy. So he gets me now. He's like, hey, we're not showing up. Doesn't matter. I said, hey, that's great. You know what I'm going to do? Contract expires today. I'm calling the dude tomorrow. In fact, I'm going to call him today because I'm not a realtor. And I'm going to tell him what you're saying. And I'm going to say, hey, tomorrow when I sell you the house, whatever commission I was paying, I'm going to take off the house for you.
Yeah.
And you know what they always say? You can't do that. Sure. I only have a driver's license. I can do whatever the hell I want to do. Right? And that's why I'll never hold a license in anything, because I'm the bad guy when needed. Because I feel that that's the norm, unfortunately, in the business. Oh, but we don't deserve the commission, even though it says what it's for. Okay, you didn't give me full price, so you don't get the extra two grand. Well, we don't care. We want it. You don't negotiate that the day of closing and hold a hostage.
Yeah. Well, I'm on top of everything else, is ethics violation.
Listen, I had a guy this year telling me, hey, you're going to give me X percentage and I'm going to give it to the buyer. I hold your license in my hand right now. You put that in writing. That's illegal. It's unethical. Yeah. They don't care because, they're not, they just think they can do what they want to do. They don't know the business. A lady today, she didn't even know that her sister has a piece of land we're buying. So she said, hey, it's my sister. I'm helping her sell it. I know all about it. They bought it at a tax deed and didn't tell us. Needs a quiet title. And she's like, well, my title company will close it, but you can't give me clean and marketable title. So what, she says. So what? What am I going to do with it? Am I going to write ATVs on it? That's all it's good for. I can't sell it, And she didn't even realize that.
Really?
But she's a licensed professional, supposedly.
Wow. Well, another interesting stat here I saw was fascinating. So 40% of the units in Central Florida, you're a part of.
In Central Florida counties, yeah.
It's 40%.
Some counties are 50.
50%.
In Polk County, that's how some wholesalers find me. They just see sale, because they're like, hey, new unit, how to buy dirt, and they see the dirt with the same trust buyer. Yeah.
I was really proud. There was 1 month at our peak, 1 month. We had 1% market share, right?
But what's the difference in what you do? Like we're the 40-50% of new units in Central Florida.
Yeah.
So that's the only market that's up in Florida too.
Yeah. Well, we had a brokerage, right? So 1%, 1 out of every 100 transactions done in Phoenix involved my brokerage. So
there's a lot of brokerages. There's not a lot of what we do, right?
Yeah.
But see, the cool thing is, it's also like it's our units and stuff we place for other people. And I did one of the builders association, they had me come speak, and I was showing them like, hey, look, these are the numbers, and these are our numbers here, right? And we do this because in this county, we know permitting is 1 week. Like our shortest transaction in Polk County, which is right next to Orlando. It's the I-4 corridor in between Tampa and Orlando. It straddles that. 88 days, start to finish. dude, I love 88 days.
Yeah. It's a very nice cash conversion cycle.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even know what that was until Gary Harper.
All right. So you're obviously passionate about what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you so passionate about what you do?
I remember when parents bought their first home, how proud they were, but how hard life was. And having never built anything until I got into flipping, and I remember when the first time somebody wrote a letter to buy the house. It was after COVID. Florida prices were crazy. And I'm selling this house, and it wasn't the best offer, but they wrote this letter. And I had met them at the house. They were just there when I was there once, but I had my daughter. They have a daughter 2 years younger. And they write me the letter saying about how they envisioned their daughter playing in the yard. I'm done. You're in. You got me. It's on my wall. I want to be a part of that, right? I always, like, we made our number, and then it was, back then, everything was over asking anyway. Then it was the happy number. Mm-hmm. I used to call it my jet ski money. I never bought the jet ski, though. And I remember calling that realtor and saying, hey, and she's like, no, she knew I had better offers. Mm-hmm. She's like, they don't have any more. I said, I didn't ask for any more. I'm giving them the house. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, the letter. Love it. Thank you. Right?
Yeah.
I want more of that. Okay? Because there's a different satisfaction level. Bank accounts don't satisfy you. Spiritually, Sunday we're good, right? And more than just Sunday, but when you impact somebody's life like that, how can you not want more, right?
Yeah.
And it's not about $1. What's more money going to bring you, Steve? Do you have toys? I don't have toys. I'm not retired. I always say when I retire, I'll have toys.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to retire. But doing that, man, like I still walk the homes to this day. I still walk before we hand them over.
Really?
Yeah. It's hard, but I get there. As soon as I fly back tomorrow, I'm on the road Friday with people. We got homes to walk.
Yeah.
You know?
So you absolutely love what you do.
Love what I do. Then it's not work, is it?
No.
I get to hang out with you, the guys at CG. It's pretty, listen, I'm not going to complain. We get to do some cool things now.
We get to do some cool things, but I'm talking about like the day-to-day stuff, like loving the walk homes. See, that's what I've always said was like, I love everything about real estate, except for the houses.
No, I love the houses. I don't like the managing of the people.
Let's say the other part was the people.
Yeah, no. See, I don't do that part anymore.
Yeah.
Like we have buffers between me and that now, thankfully.
Yeah, but I love how much you love what you do.
Thank you.
It's awesome. So now looking at your life now, you live in, sounds like your perfect life. What is your epic life goal?
What's next, you mean?
What is like, money's no object. What do you want to do?
So having grown up, like I've mentored young men, and I've taken one from 14 to 20. He came to work for us, but I got him going from a C student to an all A and graduating early. We fired him though, but he's still welcome in my home. He's still my other son. I want to do more of that because having come from that upbringing, I know the problems. It was so fulfilling to watch this young man, but it was shitty at the work because he was like, he felt our relationship gave him cover. And I'm like, dude, we're going to fire you. We're going to fire you. Fired you, right? But he still comes over to eat, place to stay, hangs out. He's my other child, right? Comes to church with us. That's no different. But I told him life is hard for him now because he made mistakes.
Yeah.
We have to let him walk that walk.
He has to learn.
He has to learn. But he also knows that he came and sat me, cried, right? I gave him space afterwards, but I'll always be there to help. But you can't come to work anymore. Maybe one day down the line, who knows, but not now, right? Now you have to have a hard journey. But I love that we got him to a better place. Now I see where I failed and that I should have had more safeguards in and accountability and all that in the beginning when he came to work for us. I didn't. I know better now. Now. Well, that's part of it, okay?
Yeah, that's part of the journey.
But I want to do more of that.
Yeah. How do you want it to be remembered?
As a father. I
Yeah.
just want to, like, my son saw that I had a tag one day from an event and it said Aiden Anilla's dad. He's like, why do you have that? So what do you mean? He's like, yeah, but what aren't you, because he's been to these events before. He's like, isn't this bit supposed to say what you do? Yeah, I'm your dad. That's what I do. It's like, but I said, tell me when that ends. He's like, it doesn't. There you go. Whatever I'm doing business-wise, that's going to end one day. Me being you and your sister's dad, that's never going to end.
Yeah, that's powerful. What's your biggest struggle today?
People? Isn't that the biggest struggle? Like, I'm me. I'm passionate, I'm driven, and that like drives people crazy. But just finding that balance.
You can be a character.
Yeah, I mean, I have a funny personality. People like, but you know, my biggest struggle is trying to manage where we're going and not let it eat up my life.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I'm a father. Look, people want to take this to all 50 states. Fantastic. I'm not going there. Like, I'll help you, but like, I'm going to be there with my family because I don't want to be that guy, right? My daughter's like, every night we're like FaceTiming. 16-year-old son, he's like, hey, dude, like, you're good. Hey, how's things going over there, right? I'm like, okay, yeah, we're good. But we have that relationship. And I don't want to be on the road 200 days a year with people.
Yeah.
That's not me.
How old is she?
8.
8. Yeah. I'll say a tough time right now, you know, the 14-year-old girl. Because we were like besties.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Up to 8, up to 9. But man, it gets harder.
They got a date one day, right? So we've already pinky swear that I get to pick the husband. My son will say, don't worry, Pop, we got shovels for that guy in the backyard. I'm like, I love you, dude.
Yeah.
You know, right?
Well, you have enough land.
You know, we need septic systems, right?
What is your superpower?
My energy and drive, right? Just like I can just go. I don't get tired. I start to now, I think more than before, but I can just go and go and go and go and just start. But that drives people insane too, right?
Yeah, I can't imagine trying to micromanage you like your friend.
It doesn't work, right? And I've learned that, you know, ADD is a superpower, but I'm very focused with things. So,
with guardrails.
Yes. Well, when I'm at work, I have my email shut off. I don't look at email. Someone else handles that. My phone doesn't beep with it. It's not even a notification on it. When I have in my office days, my screens have no emails up. So I can work. Because you ever see that? It's like an exercise. Oh, you think you can multitask? Okay, let's write a sentence one letter at a time. And I'm like, hey, this is dumb. He's like, yeah, so was you trying to multitask? I was like, damn, I paid him to call me stupid. Okay, he's right though. So now it's just being very intentional with things. Like, these are my office days. These are my times. These are my boundaries. That's the game changer for me, right? And somebody will say to me, you're not supposed to be doing that. Oh, you're right. Okay, fine. Listening better.
Yeah.
I think that happens as we age and we're like, we hire good people, great people. Let them do their damn jobs.
Yeah. Those are wise words. Not
But
always easy
I just
to do.
heard this at CG last week, right? To save somebody is to rob them of a victory. I don't save my children. I let them stumble and fall now. Because one day I'm not going to be there to help them up.
Yeah.
I want them to learn to make good mistakes, right? Same with my team. It's like, oh, I can fix this. Oh, I can't.
I know. It's the hardest thing because it's so easy to fix. It's one phone call and it's done.
But then we don't teach them, right? We want them, hey, then when I see them come to me later and say, man, that was stupid what I did. I was like, yes, what do you mean? And then they tell me, and then right then and there, you know if they get it, right? On the fix. And it's like, okay, we're going to keep this one. Or this one's done because they don't get it, right? But you love the ones who just see it. And because we can't make people want success. We can see all the abilities in them. But if they don't want it for themselves, right? The first mastermind I ever went to, the guy, he saw all the people around me. He says, I want you to picture something, okay? There's a boat. I love boats. All your friends are in the boat. I'm like, all right, cool. You're outside the boat. I'm like, all right, it's not so fun anymore. He's like, but the boat's not in the water. And it's on rocky ground, and you're pulling that boat with the rope. Let me tell you what will happen. Only 2 things. You will cut the rope and get rid of them, or you will jump in the boat and go back to them. What do you think I did? Cut the rope and got rid of them because they weren't on my journey.
Yeah.
They wanted 8 to 4 and come home and play. I never played video games. That's what they want out of life. There's so much more to it life we realize, right? They never wanted to take the blinders off or take the red pill and leave the soft couch.
Yeah.
But then when they don't have like an easy life either, someone else determines what time they go to work, when they get done. I don't want that.
I can't even imagine that.
No.
What failure did you learn the most from?
Not being able to ask for help. we're guys, right? Oh, we wouldn't ask for directions, right? Thank God for like maps and all that. Hey, Siri, where am I going today, right? Now I'm like, oh, I suck at this. Help me, right? I know to ask for help right away.
Yeah.
And I could never do that because the ego would get in the way because I'm not good at it. Dude, you just started. You're not going to be good, right? Ask for help. There's enough help out there. But we as guys, as men, it's like, we're good. I'm not going to ask for directions and I'm going to get this done.
Kind of like bigger boys. All right, I'm going to figure this out. What book have you gifted more than any other?
What book, what?
Have you gifted more than
The Gap in the Game, man. I send that, and Rise. I sent Rise to 3 people in the week. I send books to everybody, right? So my credit cards for work are hooked up to Amazon because we're Amazon people. It's so much free crap all the month, right? It's like, you're struggling with this? Here, let me send you this book. Like I've sent Gary's book so many times. He's a bestseller probably because of me, right? But The Gap in the Game, just teaching you that, like live your life in the game. I think for me, when I remember I was listening to it, I'm listening to it. I sat down, I rewounded the beginning part where he talked about it. I was like, because we always think of the bad. Look at all we've done. You know, a real touch on this quickly is that, so I sold 3 houses my first year. There was a week last year where I sold 6. Only 5 retails closed. The 6th one didn't close on Friday. I was pissed that 6th sale didn't close. So I had a daddy-daughter night. I wasn't present for that. I missed it. I was there, but I wasn't there, right? Because I'm pissed this 6th
physically
house,
present, not
right?
emotionally.
And then I wake up the next morning and, you know, I roll over every day. I pray. I thank God for the 24 hours he may give me, right? And then I go downstairs. I do my stretching and all that. It's a Saturday. And then I pray again because I'm still pissed at this 6th house. We made a ton of money. We did a lot of good. This 6th blanking house. I turn around. The book is like basically glowing on my shelf. I'm like, you dumb bum. You didn't sell. You didn't make, like, you made more on the one deal times whatever than you made the first year and you're complaining.
Yeah.
Dude, I had the best day. My wife woke up. She's like, hey, I got you a pool pass at the resort you like, and you're getting a massage. I'm like, you've been really good lately. I'm like, that's really cool. Okay. Went to hear my friend give a Saturday morning speak at a RIA. And I would have been jealous years ago. What an amazing speaker he is. And then I went to the pool, got a massage, like, because that book, what a jerk you are. Like, you sold 5 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, and the 6th one sold on Monday.
Yeah.
But isn't that the things we put on us, right? We need to be perfect. Like I always tell people, like if you can walk on water, I'll hold you to that standard.
Yeah.
Until you do, not happening.
Well, the problem is as an achiever, the reason why you can achieve is because you focus on the gap.
But, you know, we also have to give ourselves credit for all we've done.
Oh, I know this. I understand
Right.
this. But I'm just saying the reason why we achieve is because we're perpetually dissatisfied.
True.
And so then we have to learn how to slow down and appreciate.
But that's, you know, first of all, I appreciate the journey much more than I ever did. I always just want to rush to the end and start whatever's next. Life is in that dash, right? And, you know, it's going to be, I was born here and I died here, but this is life. And, you know, when I get done rolling this boulder up the hill, there's going to be another hill to climb. I just don't, it's mentoring or whatever's next. It's not, I don't see myself being the guy to retire. That's like, it doesn't have to be business. It has to be something substantial to do.
Yeah. So I want you to think about some last thoughts you want to leave all the listeners with, all the watchers. Guys, if you guys got value today, please hit that subscribe button. That way we can get more people catching the message so we can accomplish our goals of creating more millionaires. What are some last thoughts you'd like to leave all the listeners with?
You know, most people are afraid to take the steps. They'll watch your show, but they don't take action. What's the difference between us and them? We take action. Do the action. Don't quit before you start. Don't quit halfway through. Just do it. The people at the finish line on the other side, you and I know it's worth it.
Yeah.
People we're around, they're not the chest bumpers. It's none of that. They don't have to say all these things. You're like, they've done it. They've done it. It's worth the ride. And enjoy the ride because it's definitely a bumpy one.
Yes, definitely. Be prepared. Have people around you to support you.
Yes.
If someone wants to connect with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
I'll give you all my channels, you know, Facebook, at my name, Thomas Leman, TikTok, Thomas Leman Real Estate, at the Property Solutions Team, that's my YouTube. Instagram, my name, and real estate. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh man, thanks for having me out
Absolute
here.
pleasure.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.
Shout out to Steve Train. Jump on the Steve Train. Disruptors.